Are you an entrepreneur struggling to keep your digital files in order? Stay tuned and I will give you a tour of Google Drive, highlighting the 5 things all entrepreneurs should know about Google Drive. Welcome back to my channel, where my mission is to help entrepreneurs unlock the potential of Google tools to organize their business and create profitable digital products. Today, we're diving into how to use Google Drive to maximize your productivity and keep your business running smoothly. Many entrepreneurs are overwhelmed by the sheer volume of digital files that they need to manage. Google Drive offers a solution, but without knowing how to leverage its features effectively, you're likely missing out on opportunities to streamline your workflow. Today, we're going to dive into all the different views of Google Drive, how to upload and organize your business documents, sharing files with others, adding Google Docs slides and sheets to your Drive directly from Google Drive, and finally, looking at different aspects of security. You ready? Let's get going. So the first thing is how to access Google Drive. So there's many different ways you can access Google Drive. One is these 9 dots up here in the top. I lovingly call this the waffle. And if you click this, then you're going to get all of the different apps within Google. And here is Drive. So we can click on Drive right there. It might have you sign in. And then we're going to be in our Drive. As you can see up here in the URL box, you can also type in drive.google.com, and that will also take you to Google Drive. And of course, just Googling Google Drive will take you there as well. But the key is that you want to be signed in. So you will be here on the home area, and there's different aspects of Google Drive for viewing the different files that you have. So home, think of it like a feed. It's going to just go through what you've recently accessed and looked at. You can go by files, you can go by folders, you can look at the type, people, when it was modified, even the location of where it is. And then you can go also and look by activity. This is with recent comments or requests that you need to look at that other people have given you. Workspaces is a special place where you can house up to, I believe, 20 files. Let's just double check. Yeah, 25 files. So you can do 25 files in a workspace. That is ones that you need to access pretty quickly. And then My Drive is where you're going to live most of the time. And we'll come back to look at My Drive here in a second. Shared drives are my absolute favorite thing in regards to business and in Google Drive. Shared with me is going to be anything that is shared with you by someone else. Recent will be the recent things you looked at. Starred is anything you've given a star to. Spam will be anything that you mark as spam. Trash will be deleted after 30 days, so anything that you put into trash. And then storage, you can look and see what your storage is, what files, what items are taking up the most storage, and is very super helpful. Now let's go take a tour of My Drive. Like I said, this is going to be where you're most likely going to live most of the time in Google Drive. So let's go up here to settings, because there is one very cool setting that I love. So here is the start page. Now we started at home, but I like to switch it to My Drive. For me, My Drive is more intuitive. That's where I want to look and see all of my files, etc. So now when I click on Google Drive, now I put a Google Drive button on my home, on my bookmark bar, it will take me to My Drive. That will be the first thing that I see. So I recommend definitely going up to settings and choosing which view works best for you and your brain. Now, My Drive is going to house all of your files and folders. One of the things that I suggest in my tips for setting up your Google Drive is to choose a folder structure that works well for you. I'm not going to dive into it into this video. I do have another video about my favorite way to organize my files and folders, which is the Para system, which you can see right here. But here's where you're going to see everything in relation to your Drive. Now you can view just documents, you can view just spreadsheets, you can choose what you're looking at here. Again, we can look at people, anything that is owned by a specific person, anything that's modified in a certain range. So you have some options for how you want your view to look like. Also, you can do a list, or you could do by little squares, little view, I don't know what they call this, grid layout. There we go. You can do a grid layout. Now, I prefer list. That's what works for my brain. Some people prefer grid layout, so it's up to you. You can also sort by name in descending order, ascending order. You can sort by owner, by last modified, so when it was last modified in general, modified by me, or even opened by me, and of course your file size too. These 3 dots will give you some more sorting options. You can always have the folders on the top, or you can have them mixed in with the files as well. And then if you click on this, if you highlight one and click on the I button, it'll show you all of the information to do with that particular file or that folder. So if I click on this test document, it will show who the owner is. I can manage access directly here. I'll look at the file details, what the size is, what the location is, etc. One last thing that I want to show you is that if you're in several, let's go several deep. So we have this folder here, this membership folder. This will show you what the file structure is. So we know that this is in the membership folder, which is in the projects folder, which is in the My Drive folder. And all of these are clickable. So if I'm here in membership, I can just go back to my drive just by clicking there. Now, in your drive, you're going to see ownership. Ownership is who originated that file or folder. Whoever originated the file or folder is the owner of that file or folder. And anyone who is not you, any files that belong to someone else, will also generally be in that shared with me area. So I can see that these were shared with some of my other accounts. I also have some things that I might have opened from other people in here. Now, sharing files and folders is where we get into the beauty of Google, which is the collaboration features. You will see any shared documents have this little person's icon on it, and then we know that has been shared. We can right click on here and go to share, and we can see who it is being shared with. Right now we have this as general access, so anyone within this domain name can find and view this file. We can change the access here, and we can make it someone a commenter or an editor, and then we can also determine if they can find it in search results because it's within this domain, or they must have linked access. We can also keep it restricted, so only the person listed here has access, or we can give anyone with the link option to access, and then we can change that to commenter, editor. And then if we want to copy the link, we can copy that right there. But that is what I believe sets Google apart from a lot of other options, is the fact that you can collaborate in real time with multiple people on docs, slides, sheets, etc. You can add directly from your drive in a couple different ways. If we go here to new, we can add a new folder, we can upload a file, we can upload a whole folder, or we can actually add a Google Docs, sheet, slides, form, and even more options here directly into our drive. So if I click here on Google Docs, it's going to open up a new Google Doc, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to do Google Drive Overview, and it's saving there, save to drive. If I go back to my drive, I should see some right there, Google Drive Overview. So I've added it directly into my drive by using that new button. Again, you could do a file upload. It will bring up whatever your file upload system is. So if you're on a PC, it will bring up all your documents on your PC. If you're on a Mac, it'll bring up the Finder aspect on a Mac. You can also just drag and drop from within. So if I have a PDF document over on the side, I'm finding one here. I have a media bio template. I'm just going to drag that in, and I can actually drop that file and upload it to upload it to Google Drive. So now I have one upload complete. Love that feature about Google Drive. That makes it so simple to add any sort of products. Last but not least, let's talk a little bit about security and storage. Here is where you're going to have your storage information. Like I said before, it's very important to know what your storage is. In Google Workspace, the $12 a month plan allows you to have 2 terabytes per person in your domain. So it's pooled storage. It's going to show how much is used here. And then you can actually even go again to determine what you need to look at some more. But I can see that, okay, out of everything used across my Google Workspace, 33.25 megabytes being used by Drive, 10 megabytes by Gmail, and I have no Google Photos in there. If I go over to settings, I'll also get that information too, and I will go to manage storage. It will take me there. Now, for your settings, you have a lot of different options here, and some of them have to do with security. Security oftentimes in Google Workspace is going to be on the admin panel side, but security really comes down to who you are sharing your files with. So if you have offline access, which I have included so that I can use this offline if needed, but if you do have offline access, that will impact security because potentially you could be on a public or shared computer. So that's something to think about. You can also get some notifications and updates, which will give you an idea of how files and folders are in your Google Drive, so that will help you with security. And then you can also think about what apps are being connected to your drive. That is something else to consider about with security. But ultimately, it comes down to who are your files shared with. However, you have the information right here. Your access being restricted is going to give you the most security. Then being only in your domain is going to be the next level security. And then the least amount of security is anyone with the link, because they could potentially, anyone, if they're given the link, could view, or if it's on this editor format, anyone with the link could edit, and that is something to be cautious of. And there you have it, a crash course on making your Google Drive your entrepreneurial BFF. From storage to collaboration and beyond, Drive offers a robust platform to streamline your operations. Implement these tips and watch your business efficiency soar. Did you find these insights helpful? Give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more entrepreneurial hacks, and hit that bell icon to stay updated. Got questions or need more tips on using Google Drive? Drop them in the comments below. And until next time, keep optimizing, keep organizing, and keep growing. See you in the next video.